all the archers that helped put this together. Especially Mark and Dave and Ron, who helped us create all this. As you all know, we lost a pillar of our strange extended archery family. George was a very good friend of mine and of yours. He was a special guy. George made a big difference. George Michael Papac made a big difference. He left his mark, and we're all better for it. We all know he was a champion archer, but he was so much more than that. The greater part of his legacy is that he was a champion human being. His energy and spirit took up a big space in our universe. He was an energy force that we all enjoyed, appreciated, and loved. And above all, George loved us. He embraced everybody. If you showed up, you were welcomed. If you needed advice, he was there for you. And if you needed money, well, he would tell you who to see. George was a big guy, and nobody missed that. He was a great archer, the best, and most importantly, he was the caretaker of the heart and soul of the sport. He was deeply invested in bringing traditional archery to its rightful place in the pantheon of competitive archery. He was passionate about that. He wanted traditional archery to be an Olympic sport. He knew that it was the people who counted, and he bound us together with conversation and humor. He knew the magic trick was to gather people around food, and he did it as often as he could. A crowded table of friends, a tumbler of soda, and a buffet, and he was in his element. He never failed to end the meal with, "Wasn't that great?" And just the other day, he was organizing for celebrating the upcoming Oktoberfest. It didn't really matter. Oktoberfest, Cinco de Mayo, Bastille Day, even Ernie's birthday, and Ernie's not even here. Anything to have a good time. That was so George. He was the prime mover of the annual Archer's Christmas dinner, and he was up for brightening those events with any ritual or award that would add spirit and fun to the evening. Everything he did was in the service of binding us together. He would find something to be proud of in everybody and let them know how much he appreciated them. I can't talk about George Papac without thinking about his love of a good drink. As often as not, it was not necessarily the drink that he loved, though he did love the drink. He was just happy with anyone who shared his table or a campsite with him. He paid for it with great conversation. George was always worth the price of admission. His appreciation for the taste of a good drink was another chapter in the story of George. Who else would think to make a bandolier of sealed plastic packets of tequila or vodka that he could wear hidden under a jacket and across his chest to get past the guardrails of certain venues. That was so George. I will truly miss the clinking of classic cups with him. If there were liquor buffets, George would have his own table. And of course there was archery, his heart and soul. He was the best. State or national, he won them all. At competitions, he knew everybody and everybody knew him. Like a great bear, he would move from group to group, sharing his love of the sport. He bent and cajoled the world of traditional archery competition to higher standards. As long as you loved the sport, you were embraced by George. Shared in his warmth, his charm, and his unparalleled knowledge of archery. Race, politics, and religion were always set aside. If you loved the bow and loved the arrow, you were okay with George. Follow through. Don't drop your arm. Strong bow arm. And hey, just relax. It's just a game. These were his typical marching orders. All he wanted from you, all he wanted was for you to enjoy archery as much as he did. George has planted his flag in all our memories, and I think we're better for it. He will be missed, but in so many ways, he'll always be with us. I know every time I pick up a bow, I'll remember George. And to honor George, the Pasadena Roving Archers has made the October traditional archery shoot the George Papac Memorial Shoot. God bless his soul. And thank you, George Michael Papac, for all you've given us. May you rest in peace, Big George. And may that fish line serving never break on you. So, now's a good time for anybody that has a George story or memory that they want to tell the group.
That's about 3,000.
But now, and I know some people have, some things to say. It would be a good time to sort of create the closure that we all desire.
Thank you, Richard.
Thank you.
Well done.